Hi, and welcome to Awakened Reflections, the podcast where we delve into the depths of self discovery and personal growth. And I am your host, Roslyn Oluwasheki. Each week, we will explore transformative ideas, inspiring stories, and practical wisdom to help awaken your heart to the power that is within you so you can unlock your possibilities. So join me on this journey of reflection and renewal as we uncover insights that empower and uplift. Now let's begin our journey together. Hey family, welcome back to Awakened Reflections. It's really been amazing doing live with you here, and I hope the episodes on answering the questions of purpose has been a tremendous blessing to you. Before we dive into our last most important question of purpose, let's do a quick recap. We began this journey by sensitizing our hearts to the need for us to awaken to purpose, because everything that begins in God begins with a purpose. And that understanding purpose is embracing the call to be who God has created us to be. This is the foundation for every awakening. We also explained that to manifest our original design and to fulfill our God-ordained destiny requires that we live awake daily to the purpose for which we are created. Then we proceeded to explore the three questions of purpose. We answered the most important of this question, which is the question of who am I? This question addressed our identity. We established that our identity of origin is that all humans are created in God's image and formed in His likeness. We iterated that this identity of origin gives meaning to every other identification of our lives and provides the substance for other definers of our existence. Then we delved into the question of why am I? The question that deals with the reason for our existence. Knowing our why answers the question of purpose. This episode expounded on the intentionality of God about why He created us in His image. We affirmed that we are created in God's image and that there are four core definers of our purpose in life. We spoke about these definers that sit inside the identity of our origin as a people created in God's image. And the first one on the list was that we are created to have a relationship with God. That every human is created to have a relationship with God. That is where our identity finds its meaning. Secondly, we exist for His glory, to worship Him and to give Him pleasure. And that in everything that we do, we must ensure that we worship Him and we give Him glory. Third definer is situated in the specific work we are designed to do here on earth. That allows us to partner with God in building the earth as a replica of heaven. And last definer that we spoke about is that our work must serve a particular will of God in our generation. We must serve mankind with all that He has given to us. I hope the previous episodes in this series of Awaken to Purpose has been a tremendous blessing to you. So now let's proceed to answer the last most important questions of purpose. Today we are diving into the last foundational question of purpose, the question of what am I? This is a question that will give you the understanding of your unique design and how God created you and equipped you to live out your purpose. It is not just enough for you to know who you are in the matter of your identity and to know why you are in the matter of your purpose. Knowing these two pillars of your existence must lead you to knowing what you are so you can function in perfect harmony with your destiny. Many are living lives that are out of order, submitting to live within the context of doing whatever their hands finds to do. As much as this is okay, you need to press beyond merely surviving life into actually living life by design. You must know your what so you can give yourself to pursuing it with all your heart. Because when you find it, you find life. Now let's highlight 7 major effects that knowing your what will have on you in your pursuit of purpose. Knowing your what am I? When you know who you are and you know why you are, you proceed to know what you are so that you can be able to set yourself in the pursuit of your purpose. Here are the 7 major effects that knowing your what will have on you as you pursue destiny. Number 1, it will bring you into alignment. Yes, knowing your what will bring you into alignment. What is alignment? Alignment is the proper adjustment of components of a system, a structure, or a machine for coordinated functioning. So for your life to really function as God designed it to function, you must know your what. And in knowing your what, you arrange every aspect of your life, spirit, soul, and body, in a correct relative position of agreement. This means that your who agrees with your why, and your what gives full expression to both your who and your why. This is how answering the question of what will change your life. This again means that knowing your who and your why is not just enough, but it must bring you to a place where you aggregate every aspect of your life in the exact definition and definers of your identity and your purpose, so you can set your life in the process of accurate positioning where your thoughts, actions, decisions, relationships, priorities, ambitions, interests, desires, and the like all speak the same language of the unique destiny God created you to fulfill, and in the design that He created you to fulfill it. When you are in alignment with your purpose, you live intentionally. You avoid distractions that pull you away from what truly matters to the context of your purpose. So knowing your what does not allow you to stay passive to your purpose. Your what sets you in the active pursuit of becoming who you are and fulfilling why you are. And this pursuit keeps you in the ongoing process of seeking clarity, the ongoing process of adjusting your life into the exactness of your destiny design and walking faithfully in the path that God has set before you. So knowing your what will bring you into alignment. Number 2 effect that knowing your what will have on you is that it empowers you to accept your uniqueness. Knowing your what will empower you to accept your uniqueness. Answering the question of what am I enables you to place emphasis on the need to uncover your God-given gifts, strengths, and identity. It gives you the required inner stamina to embrace your uniqueness and to accept how God designed you. so you can use your individuality to make a difference that only you can make in the world. Answering the question of what am I shifts the focus from why you exist to how your existence is uniquely equipped with specific gifts, talents, learning, skills, prowess, abilities, and experiences that are created to shape you, to mold you, and to make you fit to fulfill your purpose. 1 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 18 says, but in fact God has placed the parts in the body, every one of them just as he wanted them to be. You are a specific and intentional part in God's body, in God's agenda, in God's plan for the earth. You have a role that no one else can fulfill, and God designed you specifically for this role. And so the gifts in your life, the talents, your abilities, all of this testifies to how God specifically and uniquely designed you to fulfill your destiny. You must see everything in your life and everything that God has allowed into your life, beginning with your conception, to the people you were conceived by, to the nationality you were born into, etc. You must see all of this as designed by God into your purpose. And this is what we call destiny. This is the preordained purpose and plan of God for each and every human on earth. We saw that in Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5, where it talks about how that God preordained us before we were conceived in our mother's wombs. It also speaks about it in Psalms 139 verse 13 to 16, that you are uniquely made. All the scripts of your life were already completed even before you were born. It says in Ephesians 2:10 that we are designed for the work that was already prepared for us to get done. So you see that your divine design makes you unique in ways that makes only you fit for your particular purpose. This is what knowing your worth will do for you. It will bring you into accepting how God has designed you in the very unique way that you exist. There are no two people like you, and it is high time you begin to embrace that and accept that. Number 3, in the effect that knowing your worth will have on you, is that it will place emphasis on your unique abilities. God created each person with a distinct combination of traits, talents, and attributes, making no two people alike. So to answer the question of what am I, you must recognize and celebrate your abilities, because they reflect God's creativity in making you who you are and in designing you for your purpose. The spiritual, the natural, the intellectual, the emotional, and the physical abilities God has placed in you may seem ordinary to you, but let me tell you that they carry powerful traits and DNA of your personal greatness. David's gift of playing the harp was used to bring peace to King Saul, and this gift later became a part of his legacy as a psalmist and a king. Just as Moses' skill as a shepherd while he was with his father-in-law Jethro became a powerful tool of fulfilling his purpose towards the nation of Israel as a deliverer, and Dorcas' gifts of sewing became a legacy. Don't look down on any of your gifts. Don't underestimate the power of your talents and the learned skills that you have acquired over time. They are the tools given to you by God to fulfill your purpose. Some of them may not even seem relevant to where you are right now or to what you are doing right now. But if you start to pay attention to them and you start to recognize them and place premium value on the fact that you have something to give to your world to make it a better place, you will begin to see great doors of opportunities open to you to serve people with your gifts, talents, and abilities. You have to become intentional in releasing your abilities to bless your generation. No talent is too small or too big. No gift is insignificant. The scripture says in Proverbs chapter 18 verse 16, a man's gifts make room for him. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. Don't underestimate what your gift can do for you. You can't even begin to imagine where your talents can take you. And you may never know what doors your skills can open for you until you start to place emphasis on them, cherish them, polish them, develop them so that you can deploy them as a divine resource given to you by God to help manifest your destiny in life. And so I'm encouraging you to begin to pay attention to your skills, learned skills, gifted skills, natural skills, spiritual skills, abilities that are being given to you, because that is where you will unlock your greatness. Now let's talk about the number 4 effect that knowing your worth will have on you. Number 4, knowing your worth puts strong indications on your passions and burdens. Identifying your worth gives you strong indications regarding your passions and your burden, how they directly connect to the purpose of God for your life. What this means is that you will always have passion or burdens in the specific area of life where God has called you to make an impact and to be a blessing. Remember again, Moses was enjoying life as a prince in Egypt, but was burdened with how the Israelites were treated. This burden was so strong that he later killed for it. We all know that you don't have to kill anyone to step forward into serving your passion or burden. All you need to do is recognize it and begin to take steps towards fulfilling it. Your passions and burdens to teach, to help people, to solve problems, to connect people, to pray for people, to write, to read, to draw, to dress up, to make things, are often pointers to how God has designed you to fulfill your purpose. Issues that weigh heavily on your heart are often tied to the areas God wants you to serve, and they reflect the path that God has marked out for you in His plan. Look at how Peter and Andrew's passion for fishing eventually became a skill that Jesus leveraged on to make them fishers of men. So you must know what stirs your heart. You must know how you feel regarding making a change and contributing to the world. The burdens you carry are powerful pointers to the assignment of God for you here on the earth. So that is the number 4 effect that knowing your worth will do for you. It will help you to begin to place emphasis. It will draw strong indication on your passion and on the burdens that you carry. Number 5 effect that knowing your worth will do and will accomplish in your life is that it will reveal how you are wired in your personality and temperament to fulfill your purpose. Yes, it is important that we all become aware so we can accept the fact that some core aspects of our personalities are specifically designed for the purpose that we are created to fulfill. Yes, your personality is the combination of the characteristics and qualities that form you as a distinctive individual. They comprise of your unique traits, your interest values, and values yourself, concept, and emotional patterns and behaviors. Maybe you find that you are analytical and creative, or introverted or extroverted, outgoing or an indoor person, open-minded or something else. These characteristics are tools that shape you in fulfilling your purpose. If you look closely at yourself, you will see that the core of who you are in character and nature reveals the kind of work and the kind of life you are designed to live. When you do otherwise, you will be straining through life. Our personality traits are 30 to 50% inherited and somehow genetic, but the rest are learned and developed along the journey of life. Please be aware that some of the behaviors we have learned over time during various situations and circumstances of life might have become a strong personality trait and could easily be mistaken for our personalities. Now, the challenge is that some of them may hinder us from becoming who God has created us to become. And any personality trait that hinders you from evolving into the best of God for your life is not from God and must be cut off from your life. You have to deny and defy every personality that locks you down into settling for less of who you are created to be in God. Moses, despite his weaknesses, insecurities, and all the challenges that he had, was called to lead. And though his humility became an asset in serving God's purpose, we must never forget that his anger did him a disservice in the end of his life. These things are written for our examples. Our personality must position us to make an impact in ways that others cannot. That is what they are designed for. And so we must develop purpose-driven personality that aids good behavior and helps us to form habits that are aligned to the kind of outcome we want in our lives. I have seen people fail destiny because they are locked down in negative personalities. Personalities end, personalities lend, personalities that were inherited have shortchanged many from stepping into their destiny. But I have good news for you. You can relearn, you can unlearn, you can learn new habits, new behavioral patterns, and you can train yourself to adapt to the ways of your purpose in life. Yes, your behavior is well within your control. Okay? Don't allow your destiny to be at the mercy of your behavior. So knowing your what requires that you identify personalities given to you by God for the sole reason of fulfilling your purpose. Some of us have been given the personality to speak. It is natural for us to speak. It is a gift as well as a personality to be able to stand before people without being afraid. And some of us have had to learn that. And so whatever you need to do to acquire the kind of personality that serves your destiny, now is the time for you to begin to do it. Let's proceed to number 6, effect that knowing your what will have on you. It will help you to harness or to leverage on your life experiences. Knowing your what will help you position your experiences as a powerful leverage in the fulfillment of your purpose in life. Every experience, whether positive or painful, is part of the tapestry God is weaving in your life. The lessons and training found in some of these experiences are designed to equip you with wisdom and insights that are needed somewhere and some way in the fulfillment of your purpose. This is why the book of Romans chapter 8 verse 28 assures us that in all things God works them out for good All things, God works them out for good, for his own purpose, to the purpose that he has for our lives. And so every process you go through has meaning. You just need to learn how to derive relevant meaning from your life's experiences and know how it fits within the overall context of your purpose. There are people who have gone through experiences that God allowed into their lives as an aspect of the fulfillment of their purpose, but who have failed to see the need to serve God and his people with that experience. Everything in the life of a believer that is allowed by God is allowed for a purpose. You were chosen for the experiences of your life. Yes, you heard me. You were chosen for the experiences of your life. Most of us have been shaped, mended, broken, healed, blessed, fought, and won battles that are significant in making us who we have become and who we will yet become. Remember how Rahab's harlotry positioned her for destiny. Who would have thought that a harlot will make it to the genealogy of our Christ? Don't underestimate your experience, no matter how bad it may be. The fact that you survived that ordeal means that God has a need for your story, because the glory is in the story. Your experiences carry power, and it is meant to serve a particular aspect of God's purpose in your life as you serve mankind with your being. There are people waiting to be healed. Family, there are people waiting to be blessed. There are people waiting to be restored and liberated by your experience. This is why the Bible documented and reported many human experiences with God here on earth, AD and BC, for us, so we can take our cues from how God dealt with man and position ourselves for the same experience. If we do not know what the experiences of Mary was, of Dorcas was, and of Sarah was, it becomes difficult for us to even know how to relate with God. And so experience is what is defined as a physical contact with a fact or event. It is an encounter or an occurrence in your life which leaves an impression of significance in your life. It is something that happened to you that impacted on your life in a very significant way. So it's not just a passing issue. It is something that affects you in ways too strong to ignore. This is why they serve a particular purpose and are meant to serve others as well. God is not one who reinvents wheels. He specializes in using one wheel over and over again. And so think of how Joseph's experience of trials, persecution, betrayal, and imprisonment shaped him into a great leader who could save nations from famine. Your experiences have prepared and equipped you for an aspect of your purpose. They reveal your worth in ways that helps you serve your generation. Now is the time for you to begin to document your experiences and see how it helps you to fulfill your purpose and destiny. Lastly, number 7, effect that knowing your worth will have on you is that it helps your success of fulfillment. Your success of fulfillment. Your worth can be found in your success of fulfillment. Yes, it helps to reveal your success of fulfillment. The things you are already doing so successfully that gives you great joy and fulfillment. These things helps you to answer the question of what am I? We all must understand, though, that success is not an outright measurement of purpose or destiny. There are many people who are successful but still feel empty because their success has no relevance to the reason why God created them and why they are here on the earth. But one thing that is certain is that purpose will lead you to success. Now it is important that you as an individual know what success looks like for you, so you don't look for what is not lost. The moment you find yourself in your original design and you are living out the purpose for which God created you, you give him glory. And this aligns with what Jesus said in Matthew 5:16. Let your light so shine before others that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. That is true success. When fulfilling your purpose, point people to God. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. That is 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 10. So the ultimate aim of your design is to glorify God and to advance his kingdom. When you operate within what you are, you reflect God's image and you bring his will to pass on the earth. This week's reflection is that I want you to look at this effect. Which of the 7 effects of knowing your worth is visibly a reality in your life right now? And how can you ensure that you walk with them until you unlock your full worth to your world? This is how we complete the series to answer the question of purpose. The question of who answers to our identity of origin. The question of why answers to the reason we exist, our purpose. And the question of what answers to our design, how we are designed uniquely to fulfill our purpose. Purpose is not just something to discover, it is something to live out. It is not just enough to know who you are, why you are, and what you are. You must ensure that you live out the life ordained for you by God with confidence and intentionality. This is what we will uncover in the next episode. I hope these reflections have awakened you to purpose in more empowering ways that gives you the courage and boldness you need to set yourself in pursuit of your destiny. Kindly share this with someone and don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and share your comments. I really love to know how this has impacted you. Till next time, stay awakened. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Awakened Reflections. I hope today's discussion has sparked new insights and encouraged you to become intentional with your personal growth. Remember, the journey to awakening is ongoing, and every reflection brings us closer to our true selves. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share it with others who might benefit from our conversations. Until next time, keep reflecting and stay awakened. I am Rosinolu Asheki, and this has been Awakened Reflections.